Well, good morning. Today is Thursday, December 14th. And before I sing my birthday greeting songs, I went out to breakfast, for Christmas breakfast with my best friend, Kathy. And we exchanged our gifts. We had a really nice breakfast. And I got her on here. She's the elusive Kathy. So I wanted to get her on real quick because you know she doesn't watch my videos. She's going to watch just as long enough to see herself. So let me show you a quick little clip of Kathy. Okay, there's Kathy. Hang on. You got your seatbelts on?
Yeah, my seatbelt on.
Not you. I'm talking about my subscribers.
Oh.
They're in the car with us now.
She's so crazy. What did you whisper? She hates my driving.
She drives too fast. I was showing her a shortcut. I said, but you got to go 25. I know. I can do it. So we were going off for our Christmas breakfast. Anything new you want to say?
No. Merry Christmas.
There you go. Had to get her on here because, you know, as much as she says she doesn't want to be on it.
I mentioned it the last time.
She mentioned it, so I have to say something. I have to get her on here, so I'll talk to you guys soon. And we had a really nice breakfast, and we went and shopped a little bit in the Cracker Barrel. We went to Cracker Barrel for breakfast. I've never had breakfast at Cracker Barrel. It was a learning experience. They didn't have what I wanted, but I made do with what I wanted, and it was good. But I did end up buying a couple more Christmas presents. I thought I was done, but I saw something that I just couldn't resist, and I had to buy them, so I did buy them. So here's my gift from Kathy. Let me show you that. And here's the snowman cookie jar that Kathy got me. Look at 1, 2, 3, and there's me, Danny, Jimmy, Christy. And then she got me a little hat ornament and a little snowman ornament. It fits right in with my snowman theme. And just a quick tip, if you ever get tomatoes, you put the little label on top on the stem. It keeps the tomato fresher longer. And don't put them in the refrigerator. Hot tip from Sandy. It was so cool. I can never find snowmen with just 3 snowmen in it because they always have like 2 snowmen and then 2 kids, or 2 snowmen and 4 kids. But she found me that one back there, right there. 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. I didn't want you to see my big old butt. But anyway, she always buys me snowman things. You can't really see it. I'll try to zoom in, but she bought me that snowman lamp years and years and years ago. Sorry about your birthday songs, but you know, Kathy, you know how she is. But anyway, these are the snowmen she's gotten me over the years. She got me this snowman. I think the battery's dead. Oh, no, there it goes. Don't want to get copyright infringement even from a little snowman. And then she got me this snowman. And then she got me this snowman. And then she gave me a really cool snowman made out of sand, a sandman. Mr. Sandman, lend me your ear. Boom, 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 boom. Then she got me this, but I don't have a light. I don't have a light in it. I have to get a little. Oh, let me turn it around. I have to get a little bulb. My bulb burnt out, so I gotta get another bulb, and it just sits on there like that. So I got that one, and like I said, she always finds the ones with the 3. So she found this one with the 3 snowmen. And this was in her mother's, and her mother recently passed, and so she gave me this so I could remember her mom. I keep this up year round. I keep it right here on my table with, I'm going to move it over here because I don't want to break it. To remind me of Kathy's mom. So anyway, those are my snowmen. She gives me all of these really neat snowmen that I just absolutely positively love. I used to have a winter snowman. It was in a Florida snowman. That's what it was called, a Florida snowman. It was in a glass mason jar. It was all water, and all the pieces of the snowman were floating in it. I lost that one somehow. I think I broke it or something. But anyway, those are my snowmen from Kathy. So I had a good time. It was a really nice day. I stayed on track. So let's get to the birthday songs now. So everybody, 1, 2, 3, wave goodbye to Kathy. Everybody say it. You ready together? Here we go. Bye, Kathy. See you later. Okay, now on to the birthday songs. Today is Susan Horton's birthday. So, Susan, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's also Regina Overton's birthday. So Regina, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Regina. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you both had a great birthday, and I hope you completely understand that we had to wait for Kathy so she could see her greetings. But like I said, we had a real... Oh, and you know what? Never mind. Before we get to that, we have an anniversary. I almost forgot. Esther, I would never forget. Although it came really close to me forgetting, but I did not forget. Today is Paul and Esther Newman's anniversary of 7 years. 2016? Yep, 7 years. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary, happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, I hope you and Paul have a great anniversary, but by the time you see this, it'll be the next day because she lives in London town. But here's a picture of Esther. Esther and I have gone, when she comes to the States, because her family lives in Southfield, which is not terribly close, but not terribly far. We always meet up somewhere, and she is very kind and generous to meet somewhere closer to me because she knows I don't like to drive. So we always meet up somewhere, and we have a good time, and it's always nice seeing you, Esther. It's always nice seeing you. But, so anyway, I went to breakfast with Kathy. I've never eaten at the Cracker Barrel for breakfast. It was a Southern breakfast. I know that it was good, but it was like, I don't think they met a pat of butter that they didn't like. The hash browns, I think it was a hash brown casserole. It was good. I didn't eat. I'm really proud of myself. I only ate maybe a quarter of it, but it was buttery. It was really good, but it was buttery. And then I got 2 slices of bacon and 1 sausage patty and some scrambled eggs and 2 pancakes, which sounds like a hearty breakfast. But then I asked for chocolate milk, and then they brought me 1% chocolate milk. They might as well have just given me water and put a little bit of cocoa powder in it. I sent that back and just got regular white milk, which is probably better for my diet. But on that note, I did weigh myself this morning on my scale because I didn't go to the meeting once again. I told you that I was going to meet Kathy because it kind of coincided the same time the meeting would have been. And according to my scale, from what I weighed last week to this week, on my scale, I lost a pound. So I'm really happy with that. I lost a whole pound. And then I know that when I go back to Weight Watchers next week, it might fluctuate a little bit because it's their scale and my scale. But I weighed with the same clothes that I weighed for my Weight Watcher meeting. I did that. I changed twice. I put these clothes on to go out, but before I put my Weight Watcher clothes on to weigh myself. And so a pound. I'm really happy with that. I lost a pound. I'm really... I told you, I'm really trying to even though I'm not showing you my food because I am eating so sporadically, and when I do eat, I'm hungry, and I just don't have time to really track it at that particular moment, which I know is the wrong thing to do. But I lost a pound, so it must not have been too bad. So I do eat on the fly. I'm eating at all odd hours and stuff like that. We went out to eat last night with my brother and my sisters and Molly for our Christmas dinner. And there's a place over by us. It's not a fish place. There's a restaurant over by us. It's called Feast. And it's delicious. It's still really delicious. But their fish and chips is $20, which I think is a lot for fish and chips. And that's just it, fish and chips. There's no salad. You got to pay extra for the salad or the soup or anything like that. It's just the fish and chips. And the fish is pan fried, but it's still fried, but it's pan fried. But it's like... it just melts in your mouth. It's so good. And so when we went to this new restaurant, what we do for Christmas for our sibling dinner is every year somebody different picks the restaurant where they want to go. When it's our birthday month, we can pick whatever we want. And then we alternate months. And so like every 4 months, one of us gets to pick where we want to go for dinner. But if it's your Christmas month, once you get one... every year you get somebody different gets to pick. So anyway, it was Michael's turn to pick this year, and he picked the Blue Goose Inn, where I saw my subscriber April Rainey. I saw her. She didn't want to get in my video, but I did see her. So I did see her, and so I ordered fish and chips, and so it didn't say on the menu that it came with anything. So I ordered a side salad, and when my fish and chips came, there was coleslaw on the plate too, which if I'd known that, I would have just ate the coleslaw. But so I didn't eat the coleslaw. But they brought the salad out at the same time with the meal, and I thought I should have had the salad first. But I did eat it. But the fish, like I said, I was spoiled from the pan-fried fish at Feast because the fish at Blue Goose was rubbery and chewy, and I didn't eat the whole thing. So I know I lost weight just from that. And I lost a pound eating out last night. That's even better because I did order fish and chips and I did have a Coke. Although I told you I only ate half of the fish, I ate half of my salad, and I ate half of the fries. So I was very mindful of what I was eating. And the only reason I was mindful is because it wasn't that good. The seasoned fries were like overdone. They were like, they've been in there like maybe 3 or 4 minutes too long. Look at me critiquing. If you see my videos, say, Sandy, you have no room to talk. But I'm a good cook. I'm just not a good baker. And I'm not crafty. We've established that. But it was really just being with the atmosphere. The atmosphere was really good. So we had a really good time. We stayed a long time too. But it wasn't like somebody was waiting for the table. I always hate like when you're done and someone's waiting for your table and you're just sitting around chit-chatting and you're keeping nobody ever told me, is it server or waitress? Whoever. From turning your table so they can get more people. There was nobody coming in because we were mindful of that. But as long as we didn't see anybody coming in looking for a table, and there were tables open around us, so it wasn't like we were holding her up in that. But we had, Jim's home. I hear him. He went for his cardiac therapy today. I'll talk more about it maybe this weekend. No, I can't this weekend. I'll be busy. Probably on Monday I'll talk more about it. But I really did like the dietitian. She had given us some menus, plans to follow, and how you could substitute this for that to make things a little bit more healthier. So I really was. I'll share that with you. But I do plan on going again next Tuesday. But she couldn't remember what the topic was. So whatever it is, I haven't heard it. So it'll work out for me. And then I'm going to finish my wrapping today. And then, like I said, when we were at Cracker Barrel, I ended up buying a couple more gifts because I saw something that was just so stinking cute. I had to get them. So I did buy a couple more things. And I can't think of anything else that I wanted to talk about. Oh, did anybody see that the Weight Watcher app had to be updated again today? Now they've changed. Here's a picture of the new app. Now it's changed to Weight and Health and Weight Loss Program. There's Jim. You want to get in my video, Jim? Nah, Jim don't want to be on it today, so I'll be right back. Anyway, they changed the app. I was texting back and forth with Sue over at Sue Slims Down because she couldn't even bring her app up. My app was looking kind of weird. But I uploaded the new app, and it just, it looks it looks the same. I don't see any change in it. But I haven't really searched any foods or anything like that. But everything to me looks the same. But I'm sure that there's something on there that's different. I don't know. But so I think that's going to do it. My memory today is from Jimmy. And I'd like to explain all of from Christy. Because when my mother and the light, when they're all complaining about the bright light. I have a bright light on the phone. And I know how to turn it off. I keep forgetting to turn it off. And then when I start filming, it automatically comes on. And at that point, I don't feel like turning the camera off to turn the light off and all that. So I just leave it on. But my mother used to have a 8mm camera, and she wouldn't buy the light. I told you my mom was very frugal. I thought of another thing about something my mother had to put up with. I'll get to that in a minute. But so my mother would want to take movie videos, but if it was dark and it wasn't coming up, a couple of her first movies that she took, she couldn't see us very well because it was so dark. So she took to taking the lampshade off the lamp and then having somebody hold the lamp up and then shine it in your face. And so we would always go, bright light, because it would be so bright, this bright light. And so then the grandkids would always go, action. So that's where, if you see that going, that's Christy doing the action part. And when they're complaining about the light, it's because of the light. But we were at Sebastian's concert last winter, and that's how I learned how to do the phone at one point. So you know how the auditorium is all dark so that the stage will be all lit up so you can see the kids up on stage. And so I wanted to film Sebastian up on stage. And so I started filming it and not realizing that the light was on. And then I thought it was the spotlight that they were shining from no, it was my light from the phone. It was a really bright light. And the guy behind me turned around and he says, would you mind, he was very rude. I said, would you mind turning that light off? And I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And then I realized it. So I went to try to turn it off. I couldn't figure it out. And he's reached behind and he grabbed my phone and did it and handed it back. But I said, could you show me how you did that? I thought, you're trying to be obnoxious. I'm going to be just as obnoxious back, although I was obnoxious with the light. So anyway, I learned how to turn the light off. But Now it's just a joke. I like to leave the light on just to annoy them. So anyway, the memory today is going to be from Jimmy, and Jimmy's going to complain about the light, and you're going to see Christy do the action part of the thing. She did it with Aaron. She did it with a couple other ones. If she's in the room, she's going to do it, let me tell you. But I thought of another thing that my mother had to handle is when we were I was probably 15. Yeah, because Denise would have been like 4 or 5. And we had a station wagon. Jim used to call it the Road Warrior, because we'd pack all the kids in it. And it was like when we had the 67 riots, my mother had gone down. We had gone to Island Lake, which is in Kensington, which is probably about 45 minutes from where we lived at the time, for a picnic for the day. And so this is a different story, but hang on. But we went there, and we were going to have a picnic. So we went with the 6 kids, and Jim went with me because we were dating at the time. And then my Aunt Agnes went with her. Well, she had 10 kids at the time, but only 6 of hers went. So we were in the station wagon with 3 people in the front. Jim sat in the front, and my Aunt Agnes and my mother, and then 12 kids in the back. We were like, we had laid all the seats down so it was flat, and we were like looking. And when people would go by, and we would go, because they would be trying to count how many people were in it. But anyway, we were coming home late at night, and it was during the riots. And we were just so amazed, like, oh, look, there's a fire over there, and oh, there's a fire over there, and oh, look, that car stopped, and all the people are around scrambling up the hill to get to the thing. And then my mother took a wrong turn, and we went right down through the middle of the riot. We drove through the riot, and my mother knew, but we were just kind of oblivious. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, look at all these fires. There's fire here, and fire there, there's fire everywhere. And then we got home, and my father says, because there was no phones back then. It was in 67. And she says, where the hell were you? I was so worried about it. And then that's when my mother found out that there was riots. It was like, But the story with Denise at the time was like 4 or 5 years old. And my mother, it was the same car. It was like a beat up old car. It was like really, really old. It was probably 10 or 15 years old. It was a really old station wagon. And the doors didn't work right. The locks never worked. It was a death trap. It really was. But anyway, she was coming down 8 Mile Road. Yeah, the famous 8 Mile Road from M&M. She was coming down 8 Mile Road, and she went to turn right onto Hayes, which is the way to get back to our house. And when she made the turn, she made it a little too sharp, and the door flew open, and Denise flew out of the car and was rolling down the street on a major street. 8 Mile is a major highway, and Hayes is a major side. It's not a side street. It's a road. It's like it's busy. It's like it was 2 lanes, but it was still busy. And my sister Sue was trying to tell my mother that Denise fell out of the car, and she's going up, and Denise, and then my mother says, "Oh, stop it, calm down," because 6 kids in the car, we're all going crazy, and we're all going, "Mom, Denise," and she says, "Whatever Denise is doing, you tell her to behave." And I look around and I go, "Mom, Denise is running behind the car." She says, "What are you talking about?" And she looked in her mirror, and here comes Denise running up the middle of Hayes, running after the car to get in the car. She wasn't hurt because it was wintertime and she was all bundled up with everything, all of her winter clothes and stuff. So it was fun. Another thing my mother had to put up with all of us. I could tell you so many stories about my mother being a saint. Let me tell you, there was just so much going on. But anyway, the memory today is going to be from Jimmy. I'll try to film because I'm going with, I don't know if I told you that. We're picking up Christy, Aaron, and Sophia tonight because there's a Festival of Lights that's by Pine Knob, which is, I know, none of these people, if you don't live in the area, you don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But anyway, it's used to be a ski resort. I don't know if it still is. And then it became a venue for rock bands and stuff like that. And now it's DT Energy, and it just changes its name, so I can't keep up. But there's a Festival of Lights where you stay in your car and you drive through and you see it. It costs $30. So I already got tickets, so we're going to go see that tonight. If it's worth it, I'll film it and I'll show you at the end of the video. But or I'll show you right after I get done talking. I don't know where I'll put it, but I'll put it somewhere. So I will let you know. So in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow probably. So I'll see you. Here's Jimmy's memory, though, too.
Ready? Action. Damn, that thing is like bright. It's like at least it's not the lamp.
Exactly. Where were you?
Yeah. So my memory was, are all the kids gone?
Yep.
I think all the kids.
Don't
Hey.
believe.
Well, you're telling the dang story. You better put a disclaimer on it.
Oh yeah, disclaimer. You might want to get your kids out of the room before this story, if you know what I mean.
And listen, if they still believe, then
Hey, he's up there.
okay.
So I told this one that there wasn't a Santa Claus, and he didn't believe me, and ran to mom. Oh. So then when Christmas morning came, I came out, and there were no gifts. And being
For you.
for me, there was no gifts, and these two were opening gifts. And every time Danny would open a gift, he'd go, "I believe!" And I wanted to punch him so bad. He'd open up the next gift and go, "I believe!" And I'm like, "Say it one more time." And she turns her back, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Do you remember that, Dan?
No. Every present, I had to listen to it. I was like, "Ugh." But then at the end of the day,
After
it was way after. It was probably like 5 o'clock at night, would you say?
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
I would not agree with that.
It was
no.
before we went to church.
Which, okay, we opened gifts at 5 a.m. and we went to church at noon, so it was still
Were
a
you
good...
at church for 5 hours?
No.
We're Catholic. It's like an hour max.
But
In and
Santa hid them in the tub.
And if it was Father Stan, it was 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Father Lombardi was 30 minutes. Father Stan.
He was, yeah.
Okay, you'll remember the year. I won't remember the year.
I'm not
But
sure.
I got a drum for Christmas.
And I do. But I have no memory. Gary would know.
You
a
don't
year.
remember that?
No, I remember that. Telling you a year, you can hang that up. Like nothing in my life has got a number
so,
that I can remember.
You were
When I
so
got married.
pissed
That's the other
off.
side.
My own siblings, I can't remember all.
Okay, that's what it is.
But that's
terrible,
one of
'cause
them.
it's a
I
number.
got a little drummer boy set that I played in her ear nonstop, and I was the
I remember.
favorite.
I remembered
So Grandma
that,
was
but I
like,
don't
"You
remember
just
what
let
year."
him play."
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to do everything. Nobody stopped you.
Nope.
Why don't you pull the chair out?